Sanibonani ma-Afrika, niyaphila ma-Afrika, raphila bagaetsu. The South African Human Rights Commission. How useful is that institution? Right? How useful is that institution that is called the South African Human Rights Commission? Right? I'm asking this question because their action, right? Their recent action against Nhlamulo Baloyi, known as Nota, right? Reminds me, right? It is someone that keeps reminding me of how much some of these institutions are easily tools at the hands of the oppressor, right? At the hands of the privileged class, privileged race against the majority, right? Because here's the thing. The South African Human Rights Commission is going after Nota, right? Nhlamulo Baloyi, because of what he said about white people, right? But they are going after him not necessarily because anyone lodged a complaint, right? Not because anyone lodged a complaint against Nhlamulo, right? No, they are doing it because that's how house Negroes behave, right? They are doing it so because that is how house Negroes conduct themselves, right? House Negroes, if you hit or you attack their handler, right? The handler, it is the house Negro. It is the house Negro that feels the pain on behalf of the master, right? On behalf of the master, right? And I'm saying this institution is not useful at all. It is not serving the purpose what it was created for. Actually, let's start from the reason why it was created and why even its creation is a meaningless and futile exercise. Because institutions such as South African Human Rights Commission are meant to play a referee, right? A referee to ensure that the human rights are respected within the country, right? But look at the South African case. You can never be a referee in a situation whereby an injustice already prevails and that injustice has not been addressed. How can you claim to be a referee in a football match where one team has 5 players, the other team has 11 players? Then you say, no, you want to be the referee to ensure that there's fairness in that particular match. Because initially you've got a problem. You've got a problem that you've got settlers who came, right, into a particular area, into a particular country. They murdered black people. They murdered the natives that they found there. They murdered them. They raped them. They enslaved them. Right? Take away from them their means of production, their means of subsistence. Therefore, compelling those natives to be slaves at the mercy of this invading group of Europeans. So you've got that context. Fast forward to 1994. This invading group gets to keep the stolen land, the land that they took through guns, through violence, the economy that they built through enslaving black people. So they get to keep all the privileges, all the ill-gotten privileges, right? The ill-gotten privileges that they got through illegal means, right? They got through them through colonial that took different shapes. That will, of course, will include apartheid in it, right? through means and systems that were once declared a crime against humanity. You don't address that. Then you get into a new dispensation. When you get to a new dispensation, then you create institutions such as the South African Human Rights Commission. But what do they do? What are you going to police there? Because you have not addressed the cardinal sin. You have not addressed the cardinal sin that someone gets. Because remember, here's the thing about the rights again, guys. A right, if you've got no economic power, if you've got no economic means to exercise that right, then that right remains some text, remains text in some piece of paper. For you to be able to exercise those rights, you need financial muscle, you need economic, you need to have the economy on your side. You need to have financial muscle to be able to exercise that basic right. So what right is the South African Commission trying to ensure that are respected when black people remain without the economy to be able to exercise those rights? But the invading part gets to keep its ill-gotten wealth, right? Therefore, being able to exercise the rights. Therefore, you're having a continuation of colonialism, apartheid. Right? The difference that through that colonialism it was explicit. But right now, it's still the same because you cannot be able to exercise those rights. The fact remains, each and every stat that has to be published, every data that has to be published, reveals that the white minority is still at the top of the economic echelons through ill-gotten means. So what rights are black people having? Some text written in a piece of paper? Come on. To show how useless this institution is, in 2020, I wrote to the South African Human Rights Commission, lodging a complaint against the Maluti Apofung local municipality here in the Free State, and the Free State Cocta Department and the National Cocta Department regarding the water issue. Remember, water is a basic right, right? It's a basic right and a basic necessity. Complaining about the water. The only thing I got was to receive an email that confirms that they've received my complaint. They are working with it. Then some 4 months down the line, because I lodged a complaint in January 2020, then sometime in May or April, I received a call. Gave me a case number saying, no, we're investigating. That was the last time I heard from them. And of course, because I'm a black person, it was a black person complaining. Right? These are the institutions that pretend to serve the interest of the masses, but actually these are institutions that are still at the hands, that are serving the interest of the white establishment to silence black people. Now we have a situation where black people cannot even complain about all these things I've spoken about. Black people cannot be able to talk out or speak out against those things. Why? Because you've got these institutions such as the South African Human Rights Commission that will come running to you, doing the bidding on behalf of your forum and others. Yes. So hence I'm saying, so my point I'm raising that the South African Human Rights Commission is just a useless institution, a waste of time. That's my view. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Remember to comment. Please remember to hit the notification button so each time I publish a video, get notified. Alternatively, please remember to click on the link that it will be available in the description. Click on the link. The link will send you to the landing page where you leave your email. Then each time I publish a video, I send it directly to your email. You get to watch the video. Then each time I publish an article, because for the blog I write articles, I send it to you directly. I can share books with you, share documentation, relevant materials. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Siyabonga, Africa.